Hey everyone! Today I wanted to address the parents and the families that are just starting out their journey in the CHD community. When you first find out that something is wrong with your baby's heart, it can be devastating and heartbreaking and really confusing. And it's understandable that at this point you're walking out of the doctor's office thinking, what did they just say? And just trying to remember a few key points. And that was the experience me and my husband had. We would walk out of the cardiologist's office and think, how are we supposed to explain this to our family and friends if we can't even understand it ourselves? And I wanted to talk about that a little bit and just let you know that that's totally normal and that you're not alone. You have to understand that at this point in your journey, your mind is racing and you're scared, and then those appointments you want to cry. It's really hard to sit down and listen and take in all these terms that you've never even heard before. It's really important that you do your research a little bit on these terms that you're just hearing. You can write them down in the appointments. If you can't spell them, you can give your notebook over to the doctor and they can do that for you. It's really important to start understanding these terms, and basically it's going to be like learning a whole new language. And it's really going to be helpful, especially if your child is going to be in the hospital. There's a lot of lingo that's thrown around, and if you don't understand what's going on and it's pertaining to your child, it can be really scary. I did not do my research. I wish that I had, and I found myself confused very often in the hospital. And just have a quick story that I want to tell you all about. It's very embarrassing, but when I was in the hospital with my daughter after surgery, a few days after surgery, they kept saying the patient is on room air, or your daughter is on room air. And I kept thinking, okay, my daughter is on this medication called room air. And for those of you who are watching out there who know where this is going, don't laugh at me too hard, but yes, I thought it was a medication. No, they were talking about the air in the room. Your daughter is breathing room air. And I did feel like an idiot, and don't ever feel that way. Especially if you do your research, you're going to understand things like that. I also, I have a few terms here for you to look up, things that you're gonna hear often, especially if your baby is in the hospital. So I'll just start with the first one, and then at the end of this post, you'll see, or at the bottom of this post, you're gonna see some of the definitions of what they are exactly. So the first one, if your baby has a heart defect, you're gonna hear cyanosis, or your baby is cyanotic. You're gonna hear that often. The next one is pulse ox. The pulse ox will be your best friend and your worst enemy, and you'll come to learn why in the future. The next one, NPO. If your baby is going to have surgery, you're gonna hear this often. And the last one is extubate. I put this one in there. If your baby's having surgery, it's something that can be scary, and you'll really want to look it up because it's really important after surgery. I hope you enjoyed today's video and you learned a little bit about some of the terms, and I hope that it makes you feel a little bit more comfortable in starting this journey with your family. Please follow us on heartfamilies.com if you haven't already subscribed, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.